YouTube, Spotify, you have officially been hit with the Seoul Dojo Podcast. My name is Curtis Russell, and look, it's been a while. It has been a while. This podcast has went through an identity crisis, similar to the actual channel. I'm gonna be honest with you because I was doing the Pez videos, I was doing all type of videos, and then we finally caught on with the views and all the subscribers. When we started really doing our first impressions and stuff like that, this podcast is going through the same thing, obviously. It's went through different looks. I had Jay on here. We were, we had a whole studio set up, everything like that. And then, back to even when I first started it, it was just me, kind of just like this. And I decided, you know what, before everything in the background starts looking nice and everything like that, I need to just go ahead and start back up the podcast and stick with it. We're probably going to do bi-weekly, similar to what we do to the SGO Press Pass. I might end up doing every week at some point. We'll see. All this got to start looking better. But like I said, all this is going to change. It's going to mature as the podcast matures. And this is definitely going to be a different era for the Seoul Dojo Podcast. I'm hoping I have more new segments, loads of segments. I think I got about like 5 or 6 segments for us to go through here. And yeah, it's going to be a brand new era for the Seoul Dojo Podcast. I'm really excited to get into it. If you listen to my introduction podcast, I kind of went into what how it all came together, what I've been dealing with, all the other things that I got my hands in, all the other projects, things like that. So yeah, this episode, I think the theme for this episode is going to be there's a lot of big games, a lot of really big games that we have to wait a little bit longer for, and also there's a lot of big hitter publishers that are falling, and I think that's changing the gaming landscape as we move forward into 2026, and we just do not know exactly what's going to happen. For this first episode, I have a very special guest that I've worked with loads of times in the past. He is an editor at Sports Gamers Online. He is one of our MLB writers. He's an expert in that area. He's also really good, well-rounded with gaming and gaming history. And yeah, he is. He just recently put out a video about NFL Blitz, all the history of that. His name is, ladies and gentlemen, Brandon Satterwhite. How are you doing, my man?
It's good, man. It's good to be here. Thanks for having me on.
Oh, yeah, of course. I knew you were the very first guest on this brand new the Seoul Dojo podcast. I know you're excited about that, but
definitely.
I'm just so happy to have somebody here that just knows exactly what they're talking about and is going to bring a lot of value to a lot of these subjects. And that is not a diss to anybody that I've had on the show before, but I've worked with you so much recently that I know exactly what I'm going to get.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that, man.
Yeah, no problem. I think we should jump after that long-winded intro. I think we need to jump right into the first segment, which is no, I'm just joking. Not what have you been playing like we do on SGO? No, this just in. Brandon, I really want to get what you think about this. This just in. So to break down what the Seoul Dojo, because this is the first podcast back. We again 5-6 segments. This just in is basically because we're going to be doing a lot of the news from the week before. This just in is what happened on today, which is Monday. So I'm going to be doing the podcast usually on Monday. What new stuff came out this Monday? So, and real quick, I just want to make sure that you guys can hear me on the other end. Okay, yep, you can. Brandon, Todd Howard did a interview with GQ, and I think it was yesterday, or they just published it now, or today. He said that Elder Scrolls 6 is still a long way off. He did talk about some other things, and a lot of people thinking he's alluding to maybe a remake of Fallout 3. We got the anniversary edition dropped of Fallout 4 today. I mean, what can I say about Elder Scrolls 6 is he said it, I think, a couple of years ago. They are regretting even saying anything about the game because they brought it out in 2019 or not. They
2018.
2018. They brought out the teaser in 2018 during, I think it was during E3. I think so, if I can remember right. I think it was during
something
E3.
like that.
Yeah, during their conference. And he's And I think 2 years later, he's like, we might have dropped that a little too early because the game is barely even a pre-production. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, what do you think about this from Todd Howard?
Yeah, it's crazy. Like people are giving. We'll get into GTA and their
We
stuff.
will.
People are giving them crap for how long between when they announced the game in 2022, 2023, and when
True.
it's going to release. Elder Scrolls 6. We saw a logo in 2018. It's 7 years later, and there's nothing. We still just have the logo, the logo, and some mountains in the background. It is going to go down as probably one of the earliest announcements of a game when there was nothing. They didn't have anything. They didn't even have much for Starfield at the time. Like, come on, this is like, oh, it's comical to look back on them announcing Elder Scrolls 6 and then just nothing over these last 7 years about it. And then, like you mentioned, the Fallout anniversary. I was just watching a video about how that's broken. They can't even release a 10-year-old game for
Is it broken?
$60. Huh?
Is it broken?
It's broken.
At launch? I did not read this. I have not seen this. Give a quick
Luke Stevens, and apparently like the mod menu is broken, and there's still a bunch of bugs that from their last update. Apparently they broke like all of the free mods with their last update before this one. And there's like a whole bunch of issues with VATs and all that they were supposed to fix.
Oh my goodness. And I'm going to get to that in a second. Niall Edwards, one of our contributors here on the channel, the return of the world's greatest video game podcast. You know, we're not that yet, but I appreciate you and I love seeing you, Niall. It's funny because I feel like Bethesda needs to have a bit of a revenge arc where I'm not the biggest hater of Starfield. I actually like Starfield. I just feel like I just feel like it was just an easy game for Bethesda to come up with, you know? It was safe, and I feel like it was within their comfort zone. So I kind of look at that as, yes, not really a failure 100%. You do have Fallout 76 that had its issues. It did get better over time. What else did they come out with? I'm missing something. They just
had the Oblivion remake this year.
I was just about to say that the Oblivion remake, which was good, did have a little bit of bugs here and there, but you kind of get that from Elder Scrolls. And I feel like you need to kind of ramp it up. It seems like the only thing that's good from Bethesda at the moment is the show, the Fallout show. That's the only thing that's kind of wrapped around them, which is good. And you want to kind of get people back. You know, people don't want to think, God, Elder Scrolls 6 is going to come out. It's going to be a buggy mess. And we'll talk about with GTA here in a minute. I'm really bugged out by hearing that even the anniversary, a game that's 10, 11 years old,
that they're charging $60 for.
Oh, no, that's a mess.
It's crazy. That is a mess. It's crazy. And I think we both kind of have a similar opinion of Starfield. It's like they had some good things, but they could have been great very easily, but there were some glaring things that sort of knock it down to like 7 out of 10, you know. Type game.
I always just saw Starfield as like, this is supposed to hold me off until Elder Scrolls 6, but it seems like the remakes are going to have to do that because Starfield is just being abandoned at this point. They did have the DLC, which didn't really do well either. And then you have the 2 remakes. I mean, the Oblivion remake I did like a lot. This remake, I was going to try it. I'm not like a massive Fallout fan, but I do like the games. Yeah, it's when do you think Elder Scrolls 6 would even release at this point? I don't even think it's a 2028 game.
See, that's what I was thinking, like 2028 at the earliest. More likely, it'll be, you know, a mid next gen game. It'll be a mid 10th gen game. So 2029, 2030.
Yeah. I mean, people are still trying to figure out if it's where it's at. I mean, at this point, and they haven't talked about it whatsoever. Todd Howard is very close to like, I'm not saying anything. I mean, from reading this podcast or reading this interview, it just seems like they're just really still in the main part of the development. I think they're done with pre-production, but they're in like the thick of it, and they're not even maybe just under halfway through it. So I would say early 2029, we're probably looking at an Elder Scrolls 6 release, but that's just me being a little bit maybe cynical. Maybe they could get it out in 2028. It just seems like that date is coming up a little too soon.
Yeah.
A little too soon. Anything else on Elder Scrolls 6 being a little is a long way off. That's what he said. A long way off.
Yeah. And yeah, I mean, there's no chance. Like, I had heard people saying, oh, maybe, it'll, shadow drop in 26. I'm like, no, there is absolutely no chance. That we're looking at least another 3-4 years on this thing.
True. And I might be wrong here. Wasn't there a big update with the creation engine and that they're gonna have to kind of, I don't know, maneuver around? Isn't it like the new Oblivion and like the new creation engine or something like that?
So I think they did say for the next Elder Scrolls it'll be Creation Engine 2, which I believe was what Starfield used.
So it's a sequel engine.
Yeah,
right?
basically.
It's not just an update, it's a sequel.
Yeah. Okay. Oblivion was different because it was built on Creation Engine 1, but they did something weird where the visuals are Unreal Engine 5, but it's still running on Creation Engine 1 underneath.
Yeah.
But Starfield was Creation Engine 2, and it still had tons of loading screens, some buggy UI and all that. So hopefully they get all that straightened out.
Yeah, it's funny because I play so many games, I kind of forget those little intricacies of it was the Unreal Engine on top of the Creation one, and it kind of worked really well. What I like about Creation Engine, like the second one, I guess if that's what Starfield uses, it does a good job with lighting and things like that. So you can tell it's newer, it's a lot better, it's more performance intuitive. So it's a decent engine, but I would like to see what we see in 2029. Hopefully, God, if we're still alive at that point.
Yeah.
Speaking of games getting delayed, let's move to one of our bigger segments, which is news. easy news. Grand Theft Auto 6 is delayed until November 19th, 2026. God, Brandon, what does this mean? They said that they want to get the game to a level of polish that we all know and we all understand from Rockstar. What do you, with all the other news going on with Rockstar, with them firing people and they were saying they leaked, the employees were leaking things, but really it was they wanted to unionize against them. We had this similar situation kind of with Red Dead where they were working over 100 and a billion hours.
Yeah.
It's a mess going on at Rockstar Games, it seems. What do you think about this delay? Did you see it coming? Are you kind of surprised by it?
I wasn't that surprised. A lot of the gaming insiders I listened to had kind of been there's a good chance, we see another 6-month pushback. This is the same kind of schedule that Red Dead 2 had. Remember, it was originally scheduled fall 2017, got pushed back 6 months to spring 2018. And then finally had the October 2018. And then there were a couple of articles this week that went back and looked at some older GTA games. And I think the first Red Dead also, all of those games also had multiple delays. So this is something you kind of expect from Rockstar, especially now with these huge AAA games. You're going to see a delay or two. And my reaction is, hey, take all the time you need. I mean, I don't think they can afford to have it be anything but a 10 out of 10 type game with how hyped it's going to be, with how massive it's going to be. And then also, Rockstar is kind of, with how hyped it is, Rockstar is in sort of the unique position where they can afford to push it back. Because think of any other studio, could they afford to push back the billions of immediate revenue that's going to come when that game drops? It's sort of unique that Rockstar has built up their reputation enough that people are okay waiting a little bit longer for it.
Yeah, and you know what? You hit the nail right on the head. Exactly what I think. When I saw that it got delayed, I said, well, this happens all the time. It happened with GTA 5. It's happened with Red Dead Redemption 2. And I did not know it happened with Red Dead Redemption 1. But I knew this is always in their history. Rockstar, they delayed at least 2-3 times. And when I saw it, I was like, that is probably about right. The meltdown from streamers and all this stuff, they're GTA 5 babies. That's what I'm calling them, because they were only around for GTA 5. This is something that they've done before. And these people that are saying, oh, well, it's going to release in a buggy mess. I have the most faith. And I've had a lot of faith in a lot of developers. I had faith in CD Projekt Red, then they gave me freaking Cyberpunk, and I was like, God damn. But this company is completely different. This company always releases top quality stuff. Remember, the GTA trilogy was not them.
Yeah.
That was Grove Street Games. And Rockstar, unfortunately, didn't really oversee it how they should have. And that came out how it came out. But Red Dead Redemption 2 is one of the best games in this generation. GTA 5 has freaking raised a whole generation of kids. And GTA 6 is going to be the same. And I think they, like you said, Take-Two's looking at that and they're thinking, you know what, you can keep delaying it because you're going to make us billions and billions and billions. So it is I don't really care that they delayed it. I can wait a little bit longer. There's a lot of other games that we'll talk about a little bit later in this podcast that I am really excited for. But yeah, they're doing it for more polish. 100% okay with that because I know when it comes to Rockstar, I know I'm getting that product. It's going to be a stellar product.
Yeah, but I am happy because it gets it out of MLB The Show season for me, so I won't have to worry about trying to play it while I review MLB The Show and cover that.
I feel like May was a weird time for a GTA game to come out anyway. Because
it was weird.
Was it? It was around that time, wasn't it?
I don't remember. I didn't play GTA till I got to college.
Oh,
I
okay.
Never played GTA until I was in college.
Yeah. Okay. I feel like it came out September 13th. Is that right? GTA 5. Yeah, September 13th. Because I don't know why it's always weird. And I'm pretty sure there might be a GTA game that was, released during that time, but I was just like, May just seems like it's too close. And I feel like you still have to I feel like they would promote this game for a while,
Yeah. Like it was pretty clear when we hadn't seen anything since the last trailer that there was something going on. Like when they get this thing rolling marketing wise, it's going to be everywhere because I mean they are banking on this thing, doing just as well, if not better than GTA 5.
Yeah, it's their that's what's something that people need to realize is like this is their legacy project. This is their game. This is their series.
Yeah,
this isn't gonna fail. I really do not. Hey, mark it right here. The first episode back on the Seoul Dojo podcast. It is not going to fail. It's not.
It's too big to fail.
It's too big to fail.
Yeah.
I think we need to, and this is going to sound weird, Brandon, when I say it, because it's a Grand Theft Auto title. I think people need to kind of realize, like, they need to not dumb down, or just bring down, your expectations a little bit, because it is a video game.
Yeah.
Like it's going to do video game things. This isn't, I remember when like No Man's Sky came out and this was like, this is the game to end all games. No, this is, and now we know what happened with that. It ended up being a good game, but like, this is still a video game. This is still Rockstar. We know what it's about. It's going to have that same type of mission structure. It might have new bells and whistles, stuff like that. There's going to be a new AI that, the NPCs will have their own day while you're shooting up everything else. Like it's gonna be great, but it's still a video game at the end of the day.
I did have a question that I wanted to ask you. Do you think we've ever seen a video game that's this hyped up and anticipated?
Yeah.
When was the last time you think we saw one? Because I remember Halo 3 was huge.
Yep. I remember Halo 3. I actually remember
I had like half my class was out the day it came out, homesick playing.
That's awesome.
I remember because I had a PlayStation and I went to school that day.
Yeah. Oh God. Halo 3 is a big one. I even think this is gonna be weird when I say it. Halo 4 had a big hype too because it was a mainline Halo game and it wasn't Reach, so it was like, okay, this isn't like a side story. This is like a mainline Halo Master Chief game.
Yeah,
I feel like Red Dead Redemption had this level of hype too. I remember not really even. There is a game, and I'll say it right after.
One, I think, was.
Red Dead Redemption 2. My bad. I meant to say Red Dead Redemption 2. Yeah, that had. Oh my God, the game that really comes to mind is The Division. Oh my God.
Really?
Yeah, The Division had you don't remember that? The Division had massive hype because Ubisoft showed this trailer of them going into the subway in New York, and they were like grabbing water bottles, like actually grabbing them and like checking it out. And this was during the time Ubisoft was doing this. Like they would make the product did not show in the trailer. Like you did not get that. You did not get the same. Oh my god, I remember not really sleeping well because I knew the game was coming out. The Division was massive. It was massive, and that's why when it came out, it was just like it's a good game. I do like the Division. It was a good game, but it wasn't what Ubisoft like sold us in those trailers. Is there any other? That's a good question. Is there any other game that comes to mind?
Cyberpunk maybe, but I don't know if Cyberpunk it was a new IP, so I don't think it reached like this level. But yeah, like it's hard to think of like because we've been waiting for GTA 6 for so long, it's hard to think of one that's this anticipated.
Yeah, I can remember GTA 5 being this exciting too. But yeah, it's that building up of hype. It's like, oh my goodness. But I don't know, over my years of like covering games and playing games, I've learned how to I only really get excited maybe like 3 weeks out, like uncontrollably excited, like, oh my god, I'm wrapping my whole days around it. Like I'm gonna stay home, I want to play. Like I get really, really excited. Probably like 3 weeks out now. I don't get excited fucking a year now. We're getting like over a year now. I'm not gonna be sitting there counting the days. Like I cannot wait for this game. I'm excited about it. But anything else on GTA 6?
I was thinking about this today, that moving this to next year does position them pretty well to do what they did with GTA 5, where you release it both on this gen and next gen as soon as it comes out.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
So also, like, it'll be a launch title when the PS6 comes out, most likely.
Also, say if you're a developer working on a big game and you're like, we're probably looking like November next year, and then Grand Theft Auto and Rockstar say, we're coming during that time too. Now you're like, oh shit.
Well, Wolverine said they're sticking. Insomniac said they're sticking.
And I like that. I saw that. Yeah, I like that because that game, I don't know how it didn't make it on this list at all. Like, I don't know how we're going to not talk about it at all, but that game looks awesome. Game looks really awesome. Moving on, we have EA confirms that a Mass Effect game is still in development, regardless of what people think at the moment. There's a Mass Effect game, not only a Mass Effect game, but they're working on different stories within the series. So this is good to hear. I just don't remember a good EA title that wasn't Star Wars Fallen Order, that wasn't Star Wars. What was the other one? I can't think of it. The
Jedi Survivor.
Jedi Survivor. I can't think of another EA game that wasn't that. It just seems like Valengard wasn't good. Anthem, of course, wasn't good. Andromeda wasn't good. I just hope they've turned a corner, and I'm glad to hear that it is in development. But I hope they turn the corner when it comes to Mass Effect, because sadly that series went on thin ice, or just went on ice after Andromeda. So I don't know what you think about that.
Yeah, I mean, that was sort of the first thing a lot of people thought of when the EA buyout was announced, is like, okay, well, what happens to some of the struggling studios?
That's right.
Like BioWare. That was one that everyone was talking about what's going to happen to BioWare because of the failures that they've had recently. And we knew they were working on Mass Effect, but it's good to hear that it's still in development. We also got news, like you said, about the TV show that apparently is going to explore a different story within the universe of Mass Effect. So that's apparently also still in the works. I think over at Amazon, I want to say.
So EA is very much still in this. They're very much invested in this series.
Yeah, they are invested in the Mass Effect IP, which is the strongest IP I think that BioWare has right now. Inquisition and Veilguard with Dragon Age were kind of mixed. Anthem had potential with the gameplay, but didn't really have a story to go along with it, or missions and stuff like that.
Can I say that I felt like that game came out maybe 3 years too late? That style of game, the looter shooter, like you had Destiny, The Division, Ghost Recon Wildlands, and then like 3 years later it was like, here's Anthem that does that.
Yeah, the gameplay was fun, like moving around in the suit.
You felt like Iron Man.
It's fun. It's just there was no like mission structure or anything like that to it.
It's a very lifeless, like BioWare game that you just don't see from them.
Yeah, and but yeah, it's good to see that EA is committed to this, because one thing I thought they might try to do is like sell off IP to other people, to try to make back some of the money that was in that debt and stuff. But seeing they're still committed, at the very least, to Mass Effect is a pretty good sign.
That is a good sign. It's great to hear that. I cannot wait to play the new Mass Effect game. That just looks. I mean, from like some of the screenshots, it just reminds me like of Mass Effect 2, which is one of my favorite ones.
I have never played Mass Effect.
What a mission here on the Soul Dojo. Dude, I would play. Yeah, you got to get in on the remaster, the remake trilogy that they did, and it would be a good starting point for you. It really would be. Just Andromeda wasn't the worst. It was bad with facial animations. Yeah, we get it. The internet going bananas about it. Yeah, we get it. Yeah, go ahead. But I'll just talk to everybody else. It wasn't bad in terms of like the combat was good. The combat was good. They had like this mixture of like you can use powers and gunplay. It was a good mixture of it. So they nailed that. But other than that, everything else was just very mediocre.
It's definitely in my very huge backlog of things that I want to play.
Gaming backlogs are just so. I looked at mine and I was like, even if I get to a game, I'll only play it halfway through. I'm one of those people now in my age now, and I'm not hella old. I just made myself seem hella old. But it's like I'll play a game for like 50% of it, 30% of it, and be like, this is a great game. I'm going to talk positive about it for the rest of my life and never play it again.
Yep. And now I'm going to go play my 4th playthrough of Cyberpunk.
There you go. And that, Brandon, you know me. Because that's exactly the game I usually pick up.
That's what I'm doing right now.
Yeah, there you go. I recently jumped back into a Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, and I was like, I'm way too overwhelmed. I knew all the systems that going into this. Well, I knew all the systems when I was playing it because I got deep into it at first, and then I'm like, I have to restart this, and I just don't have the time to restart it, and this is ridiculous. I'll just watch a recap on YouTube or some shit. But yeah, I would love to get back in that game, but I just can't. It's too much. Open world Final Fantasy game. That's just crazy. Speaking of that was a good segue into our next topic, which is EAFC. So EA Sports are hosting a play test right now, which I did get invited to. I didn't indulge. I just didn't have the time to. And people are leaking what they are play testing, and it is officially an open world, like hub world within EAFC, where you play. People have been saying you can play like rush matches, which is like 5v5, 3v3, stuff like that. Brandon, this has come very prominent in the sports gaming world, and I know you got a few things to say about it because WWE went that route. 2K's been on that route. 2K's probably, you would say, the head honcho, the pioneers of that, and then now EAFC is now dipping its hand into it.
I love it. I mean, this is exactly what the EAFC community was asking for, Curtis. I know that for years you have been begging for an open world where you can walk around and be advertised to and sold microtransactions, not at all, ripping off what, NBA 2K is doing much more successfully, This is what you've been wanting. I'm happy for you.
God, yeah, this is exactly what I wanted. Nothing. No, I didn't want no additions to, pro clubs or career mode. Absolutely not. No, I always wanted to run around with my friends and play Rush all damn day. Play Volta. Yeah, no. Yeah. Oh, no, I mean, I don't know what's going to come of it. It seems like it's going to be like a 2027 thing. It's going to be like or EAFC 2027 thing. It was always going down this route. As long as they keep doing, as long as they keep updating pro clubs and keep updating career mode or whatever, fine. Do this. I'll jump into it for a minute. I thought I would get into it with WWE. That just didn't happen. I played it for a minute and I was just like, I get it. It's cool. I guess people are
Mhm.
gonna play this, but I'm not really into it. I'm just gonna play universe mode.
It seemed a little bare bones, the WWE version
It
did.
was, yeah, and it's a smaller island. It's very small. It's like it's a VTech version, like a VTech version of the 2K NBA 2K one. But
Mhm.
they're sticking to it 2K because it's microtransactions and people want to spend money and stuff like that. So they're sticking to it
Yeah.
very much. Do you see Madden doing anything like this?
I know there was an indie game that was trying to do something like it. I don't know if Madden will just be like they have the superstar KO mode, the
Mhm.
3v3 mode that's kind of like street ball-ish. Um I don't know. I don't know if they'll ever go full open world type
Mhm.
running around stuff like that. Because
I
they
don't.
just
It don't really works with for football, you know.
no, unless you're going to do like 7-on-7 or 3-on-3, which
Mhm.
they're just not good at. Like
Yeah.
I've played Superstar Knockout, I've played what Showdown. It's not good. It's not fun.
It's not fun. Hey, very honest.
Yeah.
I've never played it. I've seen it, and I'm like, that just doesn't look too crazy. And if they did make an open world thing, it wouldn't work for football. I don't think it's
Mhm.
perfect for basketball. It's perfect,
Yeah.
perfect. Footy, soccer, like it works. It does work,
Mhm.
you know, because we do have Volta and FIFA or Volta and Rush, which are 5v5 modes. They're crazy.
Mhm.
They're a little bit different than the regular gameplay. So it does work. I
Mhm.
don't know if I could think of if they did if 2K did something for tennis or something like that, or I mean, it could work.
Well, that Ubisoft like extreme sports game that came out did it something like that, where it was an open world and then
Mm,
there would be events throughout it, but you could like travel through it.
yeah,
I forget the name. Riders Republic.
Oh yeah, Riders Republic. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because you had like the dirt biking, the
mhm.
mountain
It's
biking, you
like
had all that
extreme
stuff.
sports.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
works for that. I- For MLB, like if you had like a Sandlot mode, maybe,
Mhm.
but that would get a little weird because then you've got 9v9, so you've got 18 people in one
Yeah.
game, latency and
Yeah.
all that with online.
It'd be
I
a
don't know.
lot. I've
Yeah,
always
it'd be
told my
difficult, and
friend
MLB servers aren't great already.
yeah, I always told my friend, like, it'd be cool if, like, if MLB had, like, a clubs type mode, but I just don't know how the hell it'd work. Like, me and him team up. We have our
Mhm.
characters. We're on a team. We're full of computers, but
Yeah.
then, like, we verse somebody else like that. I don't know if it would work the same way. It just wouldn't
Yeah.
be as fun.
There's a co-op mode in Diamond Dynasty right now where like one
Yeah.
of you pitches and one of you fields and stuff like that.
Uh-huh.
But they've had it for like 2 or 3 years and it hardly ever works.
Yeah, yeah, no, it's sadly it doesn't work for baseball like that, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I guess we'll see what happens. They're play testing it right now. That means, of course, they're well into development, and they're gonna have to just do all the kinks, the bells and whistles all through it and stuff like that. They're gonna take a bunch of people's feedback. So we'll see what it comes of, and I'm pretty sure. I think I read it's gonna be EAFC 27. That's when it'll most likely debut for
Mhm.
in the EAFC series for the first time ever. One of our last things, and it will lead into our discussions. Yeah, this podcast is not over, and we're 30 minutes in, nowhere near. I mean, we're barely gonna get to the halfway mark here. Halo campaign evolved was revealed, and it's also coming to PlayStation. This pissed me off.
Ooh.
I was not happy. I get that there's a lot of people that either it's so funny, Brandon, and you know what? This is the Soul Dojo podcast. I'm gonna really let it out. It's so funny that the same people that were denying a console war are the same people saying that this is a good thing because now everybody can play everything. And it's
Mhm.
like, so you're saying there was a console war,
Yeah.
right? Yeah, you're basically saying that you're admitting that there
And you
was that,
lost it.
and yeah, Xbox lost it. This is the ultimate look. Gears of War already went to PlayStation. I'm not playing Gears of War, by the way. I'm fucking PlayStation. I'm not gonna play Halo on PlayStation. That's just
Mhm.
weird. It's
Yeah.
just really weird. It's like taking the frosting off of a Pop Tart. Like it's just that's
Mhm.
what it's gonna feel like to me. It's like
Yeah.
what am I doing this for? Um, yeah, this is Xbox waving the white flag. Does the campaign Evolve look good? Yes, it does. It looks like it's running on Unreal Engine. It looks great. I think they said if it does well, they'll go to 2 and 3. So yeah, if you spend your money on this game, it's going to go to 2 and 3, and they're probably going to be on PlayStation also. What do you think about this, Brandon?
So I don't have a lot of experience with the Halo franchise. Like I said, I was a PlayStation guy until this generation. So I've played through the Master Chief Collection. I've played a little bit of Halo 1's campaign and a little bit of Halo 2's campaign.
Gotcha.
I did think it was a bit odd that they chose to do the first one again because there was already the anniversary edition.
Right.
But this is a full-on remake instead of just a remaster. Like, I remember on Twitter when this was announced and they were showing like the gameplay, some of the original designers that worked on the original were pointing out how there are like different designs within this remake that changes like some pretty big things based on how they originally designed the first game back in the day. So that was actually really interesting to look at. But as someone who has played on PlayStation my whole life, I could not care less about Halo coming over. I've just have never gotten into Halo. When I have played it, it's very different from every other FPS I've played, and it never jived with me. So yeah, it is big for the industry because Halo was sort of that sacred cow sort of for Xbox, and now that PlayStation has it, that is the end of this war.
Yeah, truly, it is.
It's like when Sonic went to Nintendo.
Yeah, exactly. This is, and we'll get right into it here in a second. This is the Xbox saying, "This is it. We cannot. We've spent all the money. We've tried and tried. We just can't do it. We have to close. And I'm not going to get too deep into it because we'll lead into the discussions. But we've tried and we just can't keep up. So we're gonna get. So it started with Forza. It was very light. It started with Forza, Gears, and then it even kind of started with like smaller games like
Pentiment, and there were rumors then that they were going to release everything, and Phil Spencer came out and was like, no, we're not doing that, it's just these small games, and then of course
he was lying through his teeth.
We're here
with Halo officially finally being on PlayStation now. In our current climate, we are us here in America, we're very just we have this thing, we're all accepting of everybody, which is completely fine and which is great. But it just seems like the same people who have that ideology are just like, now everybody can play Halo and this is a good thing. But I'm like, but I worry about the integrity of Xbox. That's the problem with Halo coming over. What is the point of being a console anymore? What is the point of having an Xbox anymore since you can play everything? What is the point? That's what exclusivity was about. And people were just like, well, we don't like exclusivity. I know there's people that don't like it, but I always thought it was the essence of what you were creating, and Xbox destroyed it a long time ago. We talk about it on the SGO Press Pass, where we know where they lost the battle was at E3 when they were like, just if you don't want your Xbox online all the time, just stick with Xbox 360. And everybody said, no, I'll just get a PlayStation 4. Exactly what happened. So we'll move, because I know, man, there's going to be a lot said here. What the hell is going on with Xbox? Let's kick off with for Game Pass, which is their darling for the longest time. And I talked so well and so glowingly about Xbox Game Pass. I love it. Not anymore as much, but $30 now for Xbox Game Pass. What you think, Brandon?
I can't afford that crap. It's crazy because
you don't still have it anymore, right? Did you have it?
No, I haven't had it for. I had to cancel it back when it was still at 20.
Okay.
Yeah, so I canceled mine a while ago, but like it makes sense because like even we all knew that it was unsustainable at the price that they were at, and Xbox had to do that because of how badly they lost the last generation. They had to do that to get people onto Xbox systems, which they did. Like I bought a Series S just so I could use Game Pass because I knew it was such a good deal. The problem was once people got onto their systems, because they had Game Pass, they didn't have to buy day one games from Xbox Studios, which I mean, like people talk about, oh, Xbox has no games. They had a lot of really good games this year. Doom: The Dark Ages, South of Midnight, the Oblivion remake. Like if those had been exclusive to Xbox in the same way that like God of War and all that are exclusive to PlayStation, like Xbox, I think would have had a great year. But instead, we're at this point because of Game Pass and the fact that it's basically trained Xbox users to not have to buy games. You just use Game Pass, which kind of is the goal from Microsoft, is them, like basically every other tech company right now, from Adobe to Microsoft Office to freaking DoorDash, is trying to push you towards a subscription service because they want that continuous revenue.
Yep, exactly. I love, I forgot kind of what you said there in the beginning. You bought an Xbox Series S. I feel like that was the perfect combination. It's like kind of dipping your toe into Xbox without fully committing into it. You were just like, I'm gonna buy this $200. No, it was $300. It's $300 console, and then I could just play Game Pass. But I'll get day one games, not just from Xbox, but also from third party stuff.
Yeah.
Third-party developer. So it was like it worked. I ended up getting a Series X because I loved that so much. I love that idea. So I sold my S, got this Series X, which is sitting right here. And I'm just so hurt because I loved Xbox, especially Xbox 360. It's my favorite, one of my favorite consoles. Top 3 favorite consoles. It has so much nostalgia for me attached to it. I played Skyrim all through it. I played Halo 3 on it. I played Halo Reach on it. Halo 4. I enjoyed all the Dragon Age games on it. Even Inquisition, you can come for me. And I just have so much love for that console, and it's so sad that they just turned into this type of and I was actually there in LA for the announcement for the Series X and S. Wow. I just have so much attachment to it, and I'm just like, here in 2025 going in 2026, you guys said we're calling it quits. And it really does suck, and you've treated a lot of your consumers terribly with the Game Pass situation. And I understand that, like Phil Spencer has said, we're losing money on Game Pass, but I felt like that was you guys saying, look, we don't care because you guys like it. And the fact that the cloud game, you could pay for the Ultimate, you got the cloud game, you got it on PC, you can play it on like other systems and stuff like that. It was so cool, so nice. Even at $20, the Ultimate kind of made sense.
Yeah, 20 felt like the edge of what was reasonable. When it jumps to 30,
you were using it a lot. Like if you were using it like me, like I was playing third party, and it was like, okay, 20, I can make it work. 30's just like, well, this is a lot.
Yeah,
this is now you're adding an extra $10 for not really anything. I know there's like some small stuff they changed, but it wasn't a lot. It wasn't enough to justify it.
Yeah.
Think. It's been a mess. But like you said, Brandon, they bought, they bought all these studios, they bought out Activision Blizzard for all that money. Then as soon as they did that, a lot of things started falling because you could tell that money was we're never going to recoup that money. So the Perfect Dark, the studio that was working on that, gone. Scalebound's been gone. Everwild,
Tango's gone.
Tango, yep.
Arcane Austin,
gone. Yep. That's gone too. And it really does suck because that's a lot of people that lost their jobs, and that's a lot of creativity just gone from the Xbox game studios that they were touting around. So that's a lot of games that are just not around anymore, or not being developed anymore.
Yeah, and I'm curious, as I don't think we've talked about, what do you think about some of the statements that Xbox executives have made about the premium console and the premium experience of their next console? And then also, did you see where, I believe it was Satya, the CEO of Microsoft, says we're not competing with Sony or Nintendo, we're competing with the likes of TikTok?
That's stupid. But that last statement is real stupid. The likes of TikTok. I mean, I get we live in a world where like there's going to be people who probably are not making it 44 minutes through this whole podcast or whatever, and they're going to be looking for the smaller content. But we're like in this short form content kind of world. But it's like, how does video games do that? How does video games get involved in that? It doesn't make any sense unless you do like what is a good, when it comes to video games, like what is good value for money in terms of length, like 20, 30 hours, like it depends on if it's 40, 60, $70. Some of the stuff that they've come out and said, I've just really been, to be honest with you, Brandon, I've been really just upset with Phil Spencer about the whole thing, because it just seems like you can't, over the last 2 years, you can't trust what he says. And it shows through his decisions and their decisions to make things happen. I think he said something about when we lose Halo, we lose the essence of Xbox. And it's like, well, you lost Halo, so there's the essence of Xbox right there.
I get the feeling with Phil that a lot of this is coming from over his head.
Oh, of course. Yeah.
And I get the feeling he's not going to be around much longer with Xbox.
Yeah. Did Matt Booty, did he depart? I can't remember.
I don't remember.
I don't think, I'm gonna fact check myself. I'm not sure if he's gone just yet. Yes, he's still head of Xbox Game Studios, actually. Or does that say formally? No. Yeah. He's still head of Xbox Game Studios. Yeah. What do you think about? Same thing for your question. What do you think about some of the stuff that they were saying?
So it's clear that Microsoft's CEO sees gaming differently than the way you and I see gaming. To me, like, you and I see gaming as something that we are going to dedicate time to. We are going to find time to put hours upon hours into a well-made video game. I feel like with what he's saying with competing with TikTok is like, a teenager opens their phone and they're wanting to kill 15, 20 minutes. Do I hit the TikTok app and doom scroll, or do I hit the Xbox Cloud Gaming app and play something for 10, 15 minutes?
Yeah.
But, like, I don't play video games for, like, 10, 15 minutes at a time. I play them for hours at a time.
Yeah.
Like, I can't even think of many video games where you can really do anything worthwhile for 10, 15, even just 30 minutes.
I was just about to say that. You're kind of, how games boot up now, within 2 minutes, you just made it to the main menu.
Yeah, especially when you're going to the cloud, so there's latency and all that. Which that's sort of the thing is Xbox is sort of pushing away from owning it natively because they're making everything premium now, where you have an $800 Xbox Series X, and their next console, is supposedly going to be some sort of PC hybrid that's going to cost, over $1,000. So they're sort of pushing the average gamer like you and me towards cloud gaming. And that's something that I think is coming from above the heads of everyone at Xbox. That's sort of coming from Microsoft.
Yeah, and I agree with you, and I think that's probably the dumbest thing, because if you look at and look, they're not Google Stadia, but goddamn, look at Google Stadia. How long did that stick around? And it's like, I know average gamers, they want to have a bit of a good experience when they game, right? I don't think cloud gaming, because here in America we don't have the world's best Wi-Fi, but it's like you're good, like you said, latency, the FPS can drop. There's so many issues that can go wrong with cloud gaming. Why the hell did you think like an average gamer is going to be okay with that? Now the $1,200 console that you're talking about, here's the thing about console gaming. Console gaming is supposed to be like budget gaming. That's where like you shouldn't be going over $500, because if you want to take your gaming higher, you get a PC that's like $3,000, and that lasts you for about 10, 12 years. You upgrade it here and there, you upgrade the drivers, stuff like that. That's what that's for. That I don't know. As you can tell, I'm very confused with Xbox.
It's a confusing time with all of this.
It's very confusing. And I said it in the beginning of the podcast. It's like the big guys are just falling because they don't understand nothing about anything about their consumer.
Yeah. The only of the sound bites from Xbox over the last few weeks, the only one that made me mad was, I believe it was Sarah Bond said, exclusives are antiquated. They're outdated, basically.
Yeah.
Okay. We have
PlayStation
two example. We have three examples of video game console makers right now.
Mm-hmm.
2 of them are successful. It's not you. And those other 2 have a crap ton of exclusives. Gee,
yeah.
I wonder why you're failing.
Exactly. Yeah, I want you to tell that to Nintendo. The biggest one, probably one of the biggest one. Like, Nintendo doesn't give anybody anything.
Yeah. Hello, Nintendo Switch 2 is the fastest selling console in history because of the exclusives, because of Mario Kart, because of Donkey Kong, because of Zelda.
Mm-hmm. And this has probably been the weakest lineup, like opening lineup for a Nintendo console, because really the day ones were Mario Kart World, and that was it. Because Donkey Kong Bananas didn't come out until like a month later.
Yeah, it was the Switch 2 upgrades of like Zelda and all that.
Yeah, that
kind of really sold it.
Right. Okay. Yeah, I could see that. I could definitely see that. But yeah, Mario Kart World was the opening game, or the what do you call it? The console exclusive.
Yeah.
The
launch title.
The launch title. Yeah, that really was the main one. And then of course they had like the Nintendo Switch 2 version of these games and both the Zelda games. But those 2, PlayStation and Nintendo, you're never, ever, 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 I can say ever for 20 more years, you're never going to see God of War on Xbox. You'll never see it.
Unless Xbox has the ability to play it through Steam.
Yeah, exactly.
But they're not going to release it on the Microsoft Store.
No, they won't. No.
Yeah.
It will never pop up. Like, it's going to be really nasty. Okay. You're going to have the PlayStation logo, and then you're going to start playing Halo. Like, it's, it is really, really weird. Like, the only game that made it from PlayStation to Xbox and it made a lot of sense was MLB. Like, it's just like, it makes sense.
And that's because the league made them.
Yeah. More money.
Yep.
More problems. It's a mess at Xbox. Godly, it is a mess. We'll see what happens in the future. We'll see. Hopefully they're not going to change because Halo's gone. I don't know. They said they're working on the new Halo game. They didn't say if it was coming to PlayStation. At this point, you lost either way.
Can I offer a small silver lining?
Yeah, go ahead. I really want a silver lining, actually.
If Xbox does go with a $1,200 console PC hybrid,
okay,
for the next gen.
Yeah.
And PlayStation in turn's like, hey, we can get away with charging, $600-700 for our console because theirs is so expensive. Then does that open the door for someone new?
Like a new console?
A new console. Brand new.
That's just $500.
Or $400.
$400.
Yeah.
It could. Who would that be? Because Soldier Boy tried it. No, I'm playing.
But that's how Xbox started. They got in with the Xbox because it was more powerful than the PS2. It cost less. That's how they started. So
who's in position to make a good? I mean, Google, Sega,
Amazon's getting out of gaming. Apple, Netflix.
Oh, Netflix makes them. Wow. Yeah.
Any of these big tech companies, I think, I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised either. It would be hard for me to pay for a Google console. It'd be kind of weird. I would have to see what that's about, but I could see that. That's very forward thinking of you. Like, I could definitely see that. And it would be all Xbox's fault.
Yep.
All right. I'm done with the doom and gloom. I would like to talk about something that's cool. Game of the Year watch. I got this list from the Golden. Is it the Golden Joystick? Yeah, Golden Joystick. I never watched it. Like, I always just watch the Game Awards. But the Golden, I got this list because they had more games in it. So I was like, "Ooh, look at all these games. They look great." I would like to go through this list with you, Brandon. I want to see what games you tried, what games you think would win, what games you think they probably shouldn't be there.
I have my list as well.
You have your list as well?
Today while I was at work.
Heck yeah. This is what I'm talking about. Hell yeah. Okay. I'm going to go through this list first, and then we'll go through yours. Maybe there's probably going to be a few on there. One game that I was really happy to see. I enjoyed it a lot. I played it with a few people, my significant other and everything. Split Fiction got a nomination. Great game. Really good game. A really good story.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know what people are saying about this game. I haven't looked at what people are saying about it, but I think the narrative here is really, really good. But the company that's made this game, that's what they're kind of known for, is that really good co-op experience. And this game really does nail that. It's not the most high quality game you'll ever play. It's like a Red Dead Redemption 2 quality, but it's still really good. It is, I think the difficulty of it kind of does fit between the guy who is actually the really good gamer to the person that isn't the great gamer. What do you played Split Fiction?
I did not play it, but I heard great things. I remember back at like the beginning, it came out at the beginning of the year and it got like incredible reviews. Its Metacritic score was super high. I believe EA published it, if I remember correctly.
They did, yeah. They publish everything that this company does. So like it's actually one of the better, because what did they do? They did Unraveled, I think, and then they did A Way Out. It Takes Two, which was big.
Yeah. It Takes Two won Game of the Year.
It won Game of the Year, I think, 2 years ago.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, something like that. The next game is Silent Hill F. I didn't play this because I'm terrified. So I don't know if you played that.
I didn't play it, but it is on my list because I remember it. There were very mixed opinions on it from hardcore Silent Hill fans, but Lovers, I remember it got, from critics, it got very good reviews.
Yeah, because there's a 9 here from 9 here on Steam. PlayStation gave it a 4.5. Is it only on PlayStation?
I think so.
No, it is on Xbox. It's on Xbox Series X. I was going to say, of course, PlayStation gave it a high. GOG gave it a 3.8. So yeah, it's very mixed. I'm just too scared to play games like that, man. I played PT. Whew, that was terrifying. And that game just took place in a hallway. Like that was, oh my God. Tashelle said, it's so good. I love Silent Hill F. That is a good shout because it made it to, I don't think it will be in the Game Awards Game of the Year list, but it made it to the joystick. Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. Did you play the first one?
I have played a little bit of the first one a couple of months ago because I got it on like a really good Xbox sale. They had it like with all the DLC for like $7.
Nice.
So, it's a lot of fun. The first one is a lot of fun. Like I got into it. I loved it. And it's from everything I have heard, the second is just as good.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like, it's a very tedious-ish, from what I remember playing it, because I haven't played it in years. It's a very tedious kind of RPG game. Like it just really holds to its features. And like the combat is very like, I don't know. How would you explain that? Because you played it recently.
It is tedious. So like if you want to like put poison on your sword, you have to find all of the ingredients and then you have to follow a recipe in a book to brew this poison. And there's all sorts of stuff like that, but it does it in a way that instead of getting annoying, it immerses you more in the world, in this time period. It's one of the most immersive games I've ever played.
Yeah, very true. Especially like the lighting in it. It's very like, if there's a torch there, it's lighting. Like it's not going to light it up for you like it does in Skyrim. It's very much like the story was pretty good in the first one. Also, this one, weirdly enough, Kingdom Come 2 Deliverance is not, or Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 isn't on my list to play just yet. I think because it's just too much of a tedious game. I have to take a lot more time.
Like that's something you dedicate like a solid 80 to 100 hours to.
Yeah, definitely. And did you say you played the second one, or you're getting around to it?
I have not.
Okay. Got you. I can see why it's nominated. Indiana Jones and the Great Circle. I'm kind of surprised it got nominated. I thought it was good. I didn't think it was great. Thought it was good. It story's good. It's like it has a lot of cool puzzles and stuff like that. It looks beautiful. It's one of the best. Well, it was only on Xbox. I think it's coming to PlayStation now, but it was one of the most beautiful games on Xbox. It was absolutely beautiful. The actor, I forgot his name, who played Indiana Jones.
Troy Baker?
It was Troy Baker. That's what it is. Troy Baker, yeah. He played it. He did a good job.
Yeah. Fun note, he has never won Best Performance at the Game Awards, as great as he is.
Really?
He's only been nominated, I believe, once back in 2014 for Shadow of Mordor. I looked this up the other day because I was like, oh, surely he's won like that thing like 3 times.
Yeah, he's won it a few times. The people that have won it, I know for sure it was the girl from like Sinuous Sacrifice, Hellblade.
Yeah, last year it was so good.
Yeah, so really good, really good. Yeah, I'm surprised at it, but here's the thing: the golden joysticks, like they do like 8 or 10 different games, so their list is way bigger. It's not just 5 or 6 from the like at the Game Awards. One game that I do think is going to be nominated for, of course, it's nominated for joystick, but it's also going to be nominated for the Game Awards, is Hollow Knight Silk Song. This game has gotten a lot of love, just like the first game too, Brandon.
Yeah, I mean, people were waiting on this. This was a very hyped up game. Like people that liked Hollow Knight were really excited, and from what I've heard, it's very much delivered on what people were hoping for.
Which is always great to hear because it's not a game that's been built from a big company necessarily, and it has a cult following, and it's cute and it's really fun. It takes those traditional vibes of gaming and really excels on every element of that. And it's a great game. I haven't gotten around to playing this one. I played the first one, and it's just so good. Another game that's very similar in caliber, it's been nominated, is Hades 2. It was nominated. I love Hades 1. Love it. I swear we're gonna get to games that we played. I haven't played Hades
I haven't
2.
either.
Yeah.
But yeah, I remember Hades 2 got like an incredibly high Metacritic score. Like I think it was like 94, 95, something like that.
Yeah, I think there's two things about Hades. It's like it was one of the first games to really break down that door for roguelike games, and then it's also one of the first games to really break down. I think it was independent when it first came out. So it really opened those doors for people with that style of game, which is always great when you're groundbreaking like that. Awesome. Ghost of Yote.
Yep.
Did you play it?
I have not.
Okay, you play Ghost of Tsushima?
Oh yeah.
Okay, yeah. I like this series. Have not played Ghost of Yote, but I like Ghost of Tsushima, but I just don't think it's great. I think it's good. I just don't think it's amazing. Like I think a lot of people during the time when it came out, it was like super microtransaction heavy, and everybody was complaining about it a lot. And this game just didn't have it. It didn't have any of it. It was just a good experience from Sucker Punch. And then I think it kind of hyped the game up more than what it really was. I think it was a good game, but I just don't think it was absolutely amazing.
Yeah, I think it was sort of an inverse of the Ubisoft open world formula that we were seeing with like all of the map markers and all of that and the microtransaction XP boosters. And then you have an open world game like Ghost of Tsushima where there is no map markers. The wind guides you. You talk to people to figure out where to go. No microtransaction. You develop naturally throughout the story. I think it was just sort of a breath of fresh air. I really love it. I think it was a great swan song for the PS4 and what that console was. Like the way you talk about the 360, that's what the PS4 was for me. That was like when I was in high school, in college, playing all of those games. So I loved Tsushima. I want to play Yote. Haven't gotten around to it. Haven't been able to. I have heard that a lot of people don't see it as good as Tsushima, especially story-wise, but the combat and everything is still pretty well done.
Yeah, and I love what you said there about it because I don't, when people say I think it's a great game and it did this and that, and I never combat it because it's like I understand how good that game is. I think what I didn't really understand about it was like it was the Ghost of Tsushima, but I felt like I was always just going into battles, just fighting. I never did any stealth like that, even though they did have like a light stealth mechanic. And it was always really confusing to me. This one it doesn't look as good, but it does look like it is a bunch of fun, especially when like a bunch of content creators get a hold of it and they start doing videos like little short, TikTok stuff like that. That's when it's a good game, when people are willing to put in that time to put it out in that.
And I don't know if I told you this, one of my wife's high school friends actually has a song on the soundtrack of Ghost of Yote.
No, I did. Whoa, no, I did not know that.
Yeah, one of her high school best friends is in a band that's like blown up really big over the last few years, and he has a song on the soundtrack and like was in like a trailer basically. was
that is
presented by
sick.
PlayStation.
Yeah.
I'm happy to partner with PlayStation for this new song on Ghost of Yote and all that. So really cool, that part.
That is so cool. That is so cool, man. Heck yeah. Congratulations to him, because that is the score in that game is also really, really good. The next game is, I say it is my game of the year in terms of the games that I played this year. It is my game of the year. It is Claire Obscure Expedition 33.
100%.
Yeah, I think I mentioned that on the press pass, which is kind of funny to talk about with a sports games podcast. It is. I think the artwork is really good. I think the soundtrack, of course, is really good. The kind of free flowiness of the turn base and the blocking, everything is just so fun. It's so addicting. The characters are so good. It is such a great game. I got really deep into it. And then I ended up playing. Of course, when you do the job we do, we do like a review out of nowhere, and then we kind of get caught up in that. What was your experience with Claire Obscure?
I had heard, like, a few days after it came out, it was just all over my Twitter timeline. Like, everyone was talking Expedition 33, all of this. And I saw it on Game Pass, and I downloaded it, and I just immediately fell in love with it.
You understood, like, wow. I get it.
I did not finish it. I got to very close to the end, and I realized I probably should have done a little bit more of the side content and the side fights and built myself up a little bit more. So I might either go back and replay it on like an easier difficulty or try to do more side stuff so I can beat the ending, because I was having a hell of a time with those last few fights. But I absolutely love it. Everything you said, from the acting, the art style, the story, just everything about it, the story behind how it was made and all that. It's incredible. Masterpiece. 100% deserves Game of the Year. And if I had a vote, that's what it would be for.
Yep, 100%. Yeah, the story just had me like, what is going on? Oh my God, what is going on? What is this? Like, I was just so caught off because I saw people talking about it, and I'm like, okay, it can't be that. There ain't no way it's that good. Then I play it, I'm like, oh yeah, it is that good.
Yeah.
People on Twitter sometimes know what they talk about. Yes, that would be my game of the year. And it is nominated. It's definitely going to be nominated for the game of the year, the one that Jeff does.
I would say it's the favorite going in.
Yeah, definitely the favorite. Definitely that. Another one is Death Stranding 2 on the beach. I'm not gonna play Death Stranding. I'm just not sure about it. I don't know if I'm gonna like it. I like what's his name?
Kojima.
Oh yeah, I love Kojima, but it's like I just can't get into this game. I feel like I'm either really not gonna like it or I'm really gonna love it. I don't know, and I don't want to take that chance right now.
Yeah,
I don't know if
I played the first. I just finished the first one for the first time recently. I haven't played the second one, but I really like the first one. I've seen like videos and screenshots of the second one, and like how photorealistic it looks is crazy to me.
I know it looks good. It looks really good.
So yeah, I look forward to playing it in the future.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, maybe I'll jump into it. I don't know. The Donkey Kong Bonanza got nominated also. I knew it was going to be a good game. I have not played it. I knew it was going to be a good game when it's just an open world Donkey Kong game. It just looks super fun. It's going to have that Nintendo charm with it. And it looks really good. So I can see why I got nominated. I was too busy just playing Pokemon and freaking Legend of Zelda on my Switch to just jump into it.
Yeah, I don't have a Switch 2. I haven't played it, but everything I heard about it was great.
Oh, awesome. Yeah, super awesome. Yeah. This one might make Game Awards, maybe.
I think it will. I think it'll get nominated.
You think it? Yeah, it's because they do kind of favor Nintendo a lot. If it was a Dark Souls game, it would have won. It would have won by now. You could bet on it. They love Dark Souls games, Soul style games. Yeah, and that is kind of it for our discussion. So I want to talk to you because you did the review on NBA Bounce. Oh God, I skipped something. We're gonna get to that. Hold on, I gotta do. We have an indie spot. Yeah, go ahead.
I did have a couple on my list that you did not mention.
Oh my God, yes, go ahead. Yeah, I completely forgot about that. Game of the Year watch.
Blueprints. Did you hear about this game?
You know what's so funny? I could have sworn it was on this list. Blueprints. No, what is that?
So it came out on Game Pass. It was like a sort of an investigation mystery type game.
I see that.
I don't really know a whole lot about it, but I remember it got like incredibly high reviews, Metacritic over 90.
I see that.
It was all over my timeline, just like Claire Obscura was. So I think that has a chance at getting nominated. These are things I think could get nominated for Game of the Year.
By the way, I think this did get nominated by Joystick, by the way. Because I think I accidentally left it out. Yeah, this is awesome. Yeah. Okay. I might try this.
Doom: The Dark Ages.
Doom: The Dark Ages should be up there. Yeah, that looks so.
Because that was a really good game. And it kind of just came and went, but yeah, Borderlands 4 minus the performance issues, I've heard is amazing.
I played it. It is good. The open world Borderlands game, it's good. The characters some of them are hit and miss, but it's really fun. It is really fun.
Mario Kart World.
No, I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not really the biggest fan of Mario Kart World.
There's a lot of people like that, but I feel like they might just toss it in. If Donkey Kong wasn't there, I feel like it would be a higher chance of them tossing it in. It's gonna
get nominated for sports/racing game,
right? And it's going to win.
And it's gonna win.
Yeah, because they don't do any real sports games.
Yeah, exactly.
Oblivion remake, and then Arc Raiders.
Oblivion remake should definitely be in there. And Arc Raiders, have I seen that game?
It's the extraction shooter that just came out recently.
Yeah. People have been playing that and making funny videos. Like, I'm like, what the hell is this? Okay, I think that that probably should be in there. We'll do a prediction on the Game Awards soon, but I don't know for sure if Arc Raiders would be in that.
There's been a lot of discourse on Twitter over the last couple of days if it should, because it's a multiplayer game. And if like there was a discussion if there needs to be like a single player game of the year and multiplayer game of the year categories.
Yeah. You know what? And I think those conversations are fine to have because gaming awards are so young still. Like we've not even had like a 20-year anniversary one. Like, so, I mean, like
I think last year was the 10th Game Awards.
Yeah, that was only the 10th one, and we're sitting there complaining about, I think last year we were complaining about, sports games and racing games should have their own thing. Yeah. Like it's ridiculous because there's always a racing game that wins it. Yeah. No, I think that's a good list, man. You threw in some stuff. I was like, oh yeah, that's definitely should be in there. Oh yeah. All right, jumping over our indie spotlight. I've been reached out by Kip from DNA Studios. He's doing a game called Daughter of Voodoo, which is he released the teaser trailer on Halloween, so it's that type of game. It's very scary. I'm not sure if it's going to be a first person ish kind of game, but the main key features the gameplay based on ingredient summoning in an alternate dimension inspired by real voodoo lore. And he has another series called Conrad's something. I forgot what it is, but it's in that universe. So it's those scary type of games. He's very talented, tying both previous games into the storyline. So it's like a side kind of content. Or side game. So he's definitely making it by himself. I think it's going to be in early access sometime very soon. So make sure you guys check that out. It's on Steam. Go check that out. It's called Daughter of Voodoo, and it's by Kip of DNA Studios. All right. No, we're doing not that yet. We're doing NBA Bounce. Yes. You did the review of NBA Bounce. Now, this game, I didn't even know you were doing a review on this. I didn't know anything about that. I didn't see it in my inbox. I don't know if you were assigned to it. I don't know what happened. But when I saw it, I was like, what the hell?
Yeah, the publisher reached out to me directly about it.
Oh, nice.
And what sucked was she reached out to me. I said, yes, I'll do it. I would like to do that. And then she emailed me back with the code, but I missed that email. So 2 weeks later, she emails me like, hey, how's the review coming? I was like, oh, crap. I missed your email entirely. I am so sorry. But
you got around to it.
Put out a review.
It's good. It looks okay. It looks fun. It looks very NBA Jam. It looks what interested me, and I'm gonna let you go off about it. What interested me about the game when I saw it was like they have the license for the teams, but they don't have the license for players, which is weird. Is that a different license? A, is it a different license? And B, I'm like, I guess if you did have the actual players, then it's very much NBA Jam.
Yeah. Yeah, that was something that threw me off a little bit when I first started playing. Was like there are no NBA players because they have the NBA license, they don't have the NBA Players Association license.
So that's a different license.
Yeah, and that was common back on like the NES or SNES. You would have like just the NFL or just the NBA license, but not the Players Association, or you would get the Players Association, but not the league license. So instead of having like the Chicago White Sox, it would just be Chicago. So as the team. But I played a good bit of this. You know, it's definitely aimed at a younger audience, you know, at kids and families, you know, and that's sort of what this publisher is known for. If you look at their games, it's a lot of like licensed kids games. So like they had, I think it was the SpongeBob SquarePants Patrick Star game. They had Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. They had the JoJo Siwa game. So that's sort of their thing.
Demographic.
Yeah. And yeah, so all the players in it are sort of just generated players with their character creator. You can create your own. You can unlock the NBA mascots in the game. So you can unlock,
that's cool.
Like I think part of the video I did with the Grizzlies mascot, Grizz, which was kind of cute to see, you know, those in there. So that was kind of cool. And there's a whole bunch of like unlockables in it. So if you like score so many points in any mode, you unlock, you know, whatever. There's super fans you can unlock for teams that don't have mascots. But yeah, and there's a couple of modes. I like the party mode because like every quarter there would be like a different modifier. So like the 3-point line would either get further out or get like super close. There would be bonus point zones, stuff like that. Overall, I don't think it was like, you know, something that everyone's going to love or that, especially at the $50 price point that they're charging. But I think if you like get this at Black Friday for like $20 and you have kids and you want to play something with them, I think it's good.
It'll be a good price. Yeah. And one thing you talked about in your review was the difficulty. The spike in difficulty was really weird. Like you said, it went from really easy to like, was it extremely hard?
I forgot about that. Yeah. So there's 3 difficulties. There's rookie, there's I think advanced, and then pro. Once you go up to pro, like it's just basically unplayable. I think at that point is what I said. Like I could not take a step without getting the ball stolen from me. It was crazy. That one needs some work. But like I said, I don't figure their main demographic is going to be playing on high difficulty.
Yeah, I don't see that either. You gave the game a 7, which is a good score.
It's a good game. Like, you know, it's well made, you know, and I think for what they're trying to do, they succeeded.
Yeah, perfect. Yeah, NBA license in there. That's kind of cool. Go check out NBA Brandon's NBA Bounce review on Sports Gamers Online. Also, you can check out, he also has the NFL Blitz video on there. I'm pretty sure you was gonna plug that in. I just threw that in there. Let's go to our final segment because, man, this has been one hell of a podcast. Games to look out for. I got 3 here that I want, and Brandon, you can throw in whatever you want. This is our segment where we look at the next month of video games. So I won't do this segment every show, but I'll do this when we get really close to the next month, or I'll pick a show to do it on. So yeah. Next month has a few games in it that I wanted to point out that you guys probably should try out. You'll probably be very surprised at the final one. But of course, December 4th is a big day for gaming because Metroid Prime 4 Beyond is coming to the Nintendo Switch 2. This game, Brandon, you might remember this game. They had to restart development. Nintendo restarted development on it, I think back in 2017. They gave it to Retro Studios, who have always done the Metroid Prime games. We are now here. They recently brought out a trailer of this, a newer trailer of the game. It looks great. It looks really good. They had a lot of action scenes. What I really liked about it was the score. The score was fantastic. The last time we had a Metroid game was Metroid Prime the remaster, I think, and then before that was the actual Metroid Dread, which was more a take on the old school games, which was really good, really great game, especially one of my favorite games that year. I think it came out in 2021 maybe that came out.
I think something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, I almost said 2019 though. All those years just blending together. Do you have any? I know you don't have a Switch 2, but do you have like any experience with Metroid Prime?
I do not.
Hey, perfect. It's a great game. First person game, has great puzzles, great level design. This one's just it should be one of the better games this year. It really should be. It's gonna be one of the best games of the month. And it won't make any game of the year this year because it's a little late. So December 4th, game of the year does their stuff December 10th-ish. So it's not going to make it. But I think next year, certainly not a shoe-in, but certainly a nomination incoming. The next game I want to talk about is, and I don't know if you have any experience with this one, Octopath Traveler 0. So we're getting a little bit more niche-ish. I like the Octopath Traveler series. This is the third one in the series. This one, you're going to be able to create your own hero, which I'm always down for that. Always. Your hometown or whatever, your home village is destroyed and you have to rebuild it. Again, you create your character, you pick your job class, and then you have to basically rebuild your village, and you'll do that through missions and stuff like that. They always have these really strong narratives, so I want to see how that carries over, because usually Octopath Traveler does like they'll have a set character and they'll have this really strong story that you got to go through. But the game is really focused on restoration and retribution. So you're gonna go out and find who burned your fucking village down, and you got to take them down. So that will be the heavy story part. But they also have like this Stardew Valley kind of gardening, build some shacks here and there, gardening, stuff like that. So there's multiple layers to this game, and I'm really excited. I love Octopath Traveler. This is going to be a really good game. I don't know if you have any experience in Octopath.
I am familiar with it. I've never played any of the games, but like I've watched like YouTube videos about them before.
Yeah, it's really fun. The recent trailer showed off like you can have like 10 people in your party, and it's like 10 people are attacking a bee. Like I don't know. It looks insane. I want to see how it works out, but I like these games. The narratives are good in it, and the last one was really good. Octopath Traveler too. My third game that comes out on December 4th. Also, my third game is actually an independent game that's coming in early access. Finally, it's called Paralives. If you were tired of Sims, this is your game. Play this. They recently brought out it's a life simulator, of course. They recently brought out a trailer that said, look, just give us all the feedback, all the constructive criticism. You're going to have limited hair clothing options. You're going to be in this little town. You can live out your lives. Let us know exactly what you're going to do. It looks beautiful. It's cel shaded graphics. It looks really good. I followed this game since 2019. I'm getting tired of the Sims EA kind of formula where it's like, okay, here's the base game. It's crap, but we're going to give you DLC expansion, DLC. We're going to give you laundry day pack. We're going to give you the workout pack. We're going to give you freaking, seasons, get to work, go to your job, hate your life, whatever. Okay. And it's like $20,000 by the time your game is actually complete. This game hopefully changes that. It's a good game. Check it out on Steam. It will be out on early access on December 8th. All right, Brandon, do you have, I know you didn't know about this segment too much, but like, do you have anything that you're excited for next month?
I know sports gaming wise, Maximum Football, their big franchise mode update comes, I think, December 9th.
Yeah, that's right.
So I'll probably have to check that out for SGO. Other than that, I know there's a lot of, this is the month for Black Friday, so there's a lot of sales going on. I know PlayStation has a big one going until the 21st. I think the Phantom Liberty expansion for Cyberpunk's like $21, which is pretty cheap for it.
Oh, that's gonna be sick. Yeah, that's good.
They've got Watch Dogs 2 is super cheap, which is one of my favorite Ubisoft games. A lot of the Far Cry games, which I love. I'm a huge Far Cry guy. They're super cheap. So there's a lot of good deals right now. Yeah. And I know there's more.
Far Cry 3 is probably in my top 5 favorite games ever. Like, it is such a good game.
See, I like Far Cry 4 better, but I think I tweeted this out the other day. I think Far Cry 3, 4, and 5 is one of the best and most underrated trilogies in all of gaming.
That is okay. Because I didn't really, I did like 5. Did I like 5? I did like 5. Like you had like more co-op in it and stuff like that. Like, yeah, it was good.
Yeah. One of these days I'm gonna do like I watch a lot of these like 4, 5, 7 hour retrospectives on games like that.
Those
one of these days I'm gonna make one of those on the Far Cry series and how much
you should. You should. You definitely should. Skate Story does come out. This is on the Game Informer website for anybody watching. Skate Story comes out. I remember seeing Skate Story. I probably should do a review on that. See if I can get a review code on that. And then Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024 is coming to PlayStation 5.
That's coming to PlayStation. Oh, of course it is.
Of course it is. That's a great way to end this podcast.
Yeah.
Exactly how we started it. The big guys are gonna fall. My name is Curtis Russell here on the Seoul Dojo Gaming Channel. You can follow me on X at Kelly from the Dojo. Make sure you guys subscribe to the Seoul Dojo. I'm gonna have a few probably segments cut out from this, and I'm gonna do a couple of videos that are really interesting and things like that. Brandon, go ahead, man. Yeah, shout yourself out.
Yeah, so I'm Brandon Satterwhite. I'm the lead writer over at Sports Gamers Online, so you can follow me on X at bsatterwhite18. And then, like Curtis was saying, I put out a video yesterday. It's the first episode in a new series I'm doing on the SGO channel called Weird Sports Games. And episode 1 was on Blitz the League, which was an unlicensed continuation of the NFL Blitz series. So go check that out. Episode 2 should be out sometime later this year. And then episode 3 will be out early 2026.
Yes, definitely check that out. I love that video. I've watched it twice now. It's awesome. All right. Make sure you guys subscribe to the Seoul Dojo Gaming channel, and we'll check you guys later. All right. Peace. And if you're on Spotify, make sure you follow. I had to throw it in there because I know this is going to be on Spotify too. All right.